Hello everyone, welcome to LX518. So today I'm going to share my repair experience for this ion source power supply. For the background, reported failure was unit have 0 arc voltage output. This unit have 3 functions used in the operation. Arc supply 0 to 83 volts and 0 to 15 amperes. Filament supply 0 to 5 volts and 0 to 200 amperes. Solenoid supply 0 to 10 volts and 0 to 10 amperes. And this unit have complex multiple boards to repair. That's all for the background. Let's move to the next step. Thank you. The purpose of this video is to share the method of repairing parts. There's no intention to advertise brands, disclose private properties, or promote any services. Just enjoy watching the video until the end. You might learn something new. Thank you. On first step, I always want to perform visual inspection. Need to find any physical defects that can lead us to the failing circuit more faster. While doing the visual inspection, I had to familiarize the parts inside the unit. So we have power board, filament board, filament inverter board, arc inverter board, solenoid inverter board, interlock control board, and display panel board. There is no significant findings after spending enough time on visual check. Let's move to the next step. Thank you. In this step, I have to use my multimeter to check common failing components. Common failing components, for example, are diode, transistor, MOSFETs, fuse, resistor, or any other components that can be checked by multimeter. From this slide, we have several boards to check. We have arc inverter board, filament inverter board, and solenoid inverter board. After checking, all boards have no shorted or low ohm components found. Let's move to the next step. Thank you. In this slide, we have also several boards to check. We have power board, interlock control board, and filament output board. After checking, all boards also have no shorted components or low ohm component. Let's move to the next step. Thank you. Third step, I tried to power up the PCB and hoping to find any voltage or current abnormalities. I look for any component that I can use as reference to power up. I found 7815 regulator, which means that circuit area needs 15 volts. I found also the filament board and arc board were identical, and so I can use both boards to compare the readings for each other. Let's move to the next step. I powered up the filament and arc boards to compare current and voltage readings. Voltage input were identical, but the current drawn were not. Arc board drawn about 2 times more current than filament board, and the 7815 regulator voltage output were not identical. Arc board only got 7.4 volts. Supposedly, 15 volts as filament board. Here's the comparison summary. The data suggests that the arc board have a problem. Let's move to the next step. Thank you. In this step, I focused troubleshooting the arc board, but I could not find the faulty components, so I have to proactively replace suspected failing components. Based from experience, I always start with PWM IC. The PWM IC is SG3526. Then replace the PWM IC and let us move to the next step. In this step, after the PWM IC was replaced, I powered up again the arc board to confirm the failure. And voila! The arc board can obtain the correct readings. Input voltage 18 volt. Current drawn become 0.8 amp. And also the output voltage become 15 volts. Here is the comparison table. Confirmed the PWM IC SG3526 is defective. Sad violence. Thanks, and let's assemble back the unit for lab test. Here's the result of lab test before and after repairing the arc board. Let me play the video for the failing unit before repair.
Go on! Oh.
As you can see, the LED is blinking, indicating some error. Now, let us play the video after the arc board was repaired. As you can see, the unit can reach up to 83 volts arc voltage. Congratulations! Report. Failure. Unit have 0 arc voltage output. Root cause. Defective PWM IC SG3526. Lessons. Power up test repair method able to identify and confirm failing board and component. Test results. Local mode test pass. Currently studying on how to remote test the unit. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I have many success repair topics to share. Please support and give me motivations. Please subscribe, like and share. And hit the notification bell for my upcoming videos. Thanks again and see you next time. Goodbye and keep safe.